Yeah, Dave, I guess actually, can you talk us through, I suppose, James O'Connor's selection at 10 to start?
Yeah. Well, for a start, we talked about him needing to sharpen up, and he's been doing that over the past month. Obviously, with Quay gone, with no Hoops, no Allen, we're keen to get a bit of experience out there as well, and so he's an important voice in amongst that backline. So he's prepared really well. He's really excited to get a crack and keen to make the most of it.
And was that also, did Hunter's absence contribute to that? Yes, just losing that little bit of experience as well at 12?
Yeah, although we'd already, mindset was that we were always going to play James at 10. So obviously Hunter was excellent last week and would have loved to have him out there, but by Tuesday, he'd failed a cog test and run out of days. So it's not too bad. It's pretty minor, but medically didn't tick enough boxes.
Just going back to James, obviously when he sort of had an unhappy game in Brisbane, and you talked about him sharpening up and that, I suppose, how did he react to that, and what have you sort of really seen in the last couple of weeks? Was it just a matter that he just hadn't had enough footy?
Oh, it's a bit to do with that, and when we talked about sharp, it's really around acceleration and sharpening up a skill set, and attitude-wise, he's been brilliant. He couldn't have been more supportive. It's disappointing, when players miss out, but he's constantly had a clear picture of what he needed to do, and fully supportive of everyone else and helping them prepare well. So attitude-wise, been fantastic, and so it's great that he gets an opportunity on Saturday.
You say Lalakai Fiketti at 12. Can you just talk us through how you've seen his progression, particularly over the last 12 months after giving him his cap against Wales?
Yeah, I thought La had his best season ever from a super point of view. He's a good athlete, good feet, ability to beat people through that or ball transfer and fend. He's sharp, he's as quick as I've seen him. Worked really hard on his defensive game and his post-tackle and his kicking, and made good shifts. So, we're excited. Obviously, we contemplated playing E, but from a combination point of view. Him and Rennie have played a lot of footy together, but we genuinely believe that Lars ready to go and has earned the right.
So there's that combination also with Nick White and Lolesio, that Brumby's got a quartet. Was there anything sort of, you go back to that inexperience, Simone's only played a couple of test matches, did that also weigh into that factor to play Lau at 12?
We picked him based on who we thought could do the best job. It's been good to have E in the mix, and he's a very good communicator. He's also had an excellent season for the Brumbies, his best since I've been here, and obviously he's heading off to Clermont, so nice that he's going to be on the bench. His two caps were both in First Nations jerseys, so fantastic we get to play in a gold one.
And just Ponno off the bench, how pleased did you see him first and foremost healthy, but secondly finally getting through for that breakthrough cap? Yeah,
he's missed a few opportunities. We've had Al and Taniela out at different times, and fortunately Ponno's been injured as well. So, he's very excited. Again, he's a massive man. When Taniela comes off, we're going to replace him with someone who's a pretty similar dimensions. So, he's prepared well and excited and ready to go.
Dave, how did Noah take the news when you told him you were going with James at 10?
Oh, he's disappointed, but we've communicated that well in the areas that we want him to be better, and he was disappointed with the third test, and but he's a good kid. I reckon he's going to be an excellent international 10, and so he's definitely working hard on growing his game.
What are you sort of wanting to see from him moving forward to get back in that 23?
I mean, we talked about connection. It's actually a strength of his game normally at the Brumbies, but probably wasn't as sharp, and he got deeper and deeper as the game went on, had to buy himself some time. And he's the type of player who probably doesn't have the league speed of a Bowden Barrett, so needs to be able to play flat, but still get himself in a position where he can run, kick, pass, and he is very good at challenging. And so, there are areas that we want him to be better in, but he's played over maybe a dozen tests now. They're all against top teams, a number against the All Blacks or the French or the English, South African type of thing. So he's played big games, and he'll be better for that.
Obviously, James and Quaid are sort of approaching the end of their careers, and Noah's still pretty young and at the start. How concerned are you about that sort of large gap in the fly half ranks between there's sort of no one in that middle tier there?
Yeah, I know it's something that we're talking about, and we've got a few plans around. We've got some good young kids coming through, but not ready for this level yet. And obviously, we get home, we've got South Africa and we've got the All Blacks, two of the best sides in the world. So, but it's certainly an area of focus. We need to accelerate the development of our young teens.
And just on Rory, how will he benefit from that extra week coming into the side this weekend?
Yeah, massively. He had a good training week. He did a lot of different things. He trained with us, but not fully, and we're able to get extra work into him. And he looks good. He's a big man. He's experienced, and so we look forward to him getting out there on Saturday.
And Dave, with Rory, how important is it to maximise his value with the team by playing him consistently, getting him a run of tests? Because he seems like in the forwards with so much technical interaction, you just get benefits playing test after test. I mean, is that something you really want to do through this rugby championship now, playing a lot of footy? Yeah,
I mean, ideally, but the nature of test footy, or certainly for us at the moment, is there's been a number of injuries, and so there's different combinations, and so guys work hard during the week to get that understanding. And some of the guys, even if they're not in the starting lineup, have formed relationship with other guys because they're training in the opposition. So, he's a big target. Fantastic line out forward, very good maul and defensive maul, and so it's a set piece that we want a lot out of him.
Just Rhea's partner, Darcy, had a really good game last week. What are you most pleased with in Darcy's development over this last period? I suppose taking on board that harsh hit of being on the sideline for that England series. Yeah,
he would have learnt a bit. What we know, Darcy calls the line out very well, smart. His work rate was really good last week. He's starting to bring a lot more physical presence, and I thought he had a really big game last week.
Yeah, thanks, Dave.
Dave, do you see that James O'Connor could go through to the World Cup, or are you not looking kind of in a development mindset at all, and just about the next game? And when you think about his durability and injuries he's had over the past season, is it kind of a concern?
Oh, of course it is. But he's earned the right to play this weekend, and our thinking is he'll go through to a World Cup. But I guess time will tell. He's keen to get out there and prove that he's got plenty more footy in him.
Is it the biggest position of concern for you, 14, 15 months out from that tournament?
Oh, yeah, look, I would say so. We've talked about 2, we've talked about 10, we've talked about 15, second row for a little while, but we've got pretty good depth there already with a couple of young guys coming through. 15 now. Tom Wright's been excellent back there. We've used Geordie. We've played Kells there. We've played Reece Hodge there, and we've got Kurtley Beale back as well, and Tom Banks on the injured list. So we've generally got a lot of numbers back at 15. So yeah, 10's the skinniest.
Thanks. And just on Hunter, can you explain when that head knock happened? Was it during the match last week or in training, or what was the circumstances around that? And
Yeah, no, it was during the game. It was obviously wasn't picked up during the game. He played on and played well, but he had symptoms Sunday. Failed a cog test Monday and then Tuesday, which counts him out. So he wasn't far off, but in the end, it's the right decision, and he's gone home actually.
Sorry, and just one more from me on Nick Frost on your bench rather than Matt Phillip. Maybe just what the thinking was behind that.
Yeah, well, obviously we're playing Rory and Darcy. It's more around impact. When you look at guys off the bench, Frosty's an unbelievable athlete. As you saw late in the game, chasing a kick from Geordie down the middle of the field. So he's also a big man, and he's got a massive upside. And Matt Phillip's been excellent for us, and so it's a chance to freshen him up a little bit and go with the young bull.
Thank you, Dave.
Dave, what made you go with, because I know that you've spoken before about how close all the halfbacks are, going with Tate on the bench ahead of Jake?
Yeah, look, it's a toss of a coin, to be honest. They're different players, but they're both excellent, and so, everyone wants to play, and, look, Tate's been training really well. What we know is late in the game, he can be dynamic. His running game comes into play, and so there's not much there, and be honest, they're sharing the load a little bit.